Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cat fans, and thanks for joining me today. We're going to review the Marion game a little bit. We're going to preview the Archbold game, and as you know, we're going into playoff season, so that's good. That I guess I'll be with you again next week for sure, at least another week. So I'm happy about that. Let's go back a week and look at the Marion local game, and certainly with a lot at stake going into that game to try to share a league title and a frustrating, disappointing loss to Marion. We talked all week and we felt good about going in, and the expectation was to go in and play well and win the game, and we just didn't do it. We talked all week about doing your job and making plays when they present themselves, and whether it's all the way down from me and maybe not having them coached up X's and O's wise good enough, I don't know, to just not making the plays when they presented themselves. And we all took our part, whether that was coaches, whether that was, players not making plays when there were certain times when certainly plays looked like they were there, or whatever it might be, but just the frustration. I don't think there was any lack of effort. There was no lack of preparation. Hats off to Marion. They played well and made plays, and we played hard and we played well on defense at times and moved the ball a little bit at times, but just didn't make the plays when we needed to. So frustrating loss, especially when the expectation is, we think we can go in there and win that game, and we didn't do it, and didn't come out with that victory. So we move on though. Archbold is in a good league. They play with Wasion. They play with Patrick Henry, who we've played before. They played with Liberty Center, who we could meet next week possibly if we can beat Archbold. They play with Bryan, so it's a good league, and it's a good league in several sports. As I look at Archbold, I really kind of see in some ways, although I've never been there, but in a lot of ways, just watching their sports these last few years, seem very much a mirror image of us, with lots of good skill guys, lots of guys that play multiple sports. Certainly, we played them in basketball and baseball last year, and had two really exciting games, winning in the last seconds of the basketball game, and then in baseball we were down 3-0 going into the 7th inning and pulled off a win on the way to the state title. And so, but you see a lot of similarities, a lot of good skilled multi-sport players. This week, like I said, in football they have a good young quarterback, one good really good running back that's just coming off of looked like an injury, so he played last week but not the previous couple weeks. One good really fast receiver, and just some good skill guys. I think the game will be one up front. I think. We feel like, at least going into this, that we maybe have an advantage with the O and the D line situation, but you never know until you play. So we feel good about that. We feel like our skill guys match up with their skill guys in a pretty balanced way. We're going to try to get back and find those things that really got us to where we got to with these 8 wins, things we do well, and so we're gonna narrow down our offense and maybe even a little bit of the defense to just go back and play, line up, getting our good formations and plays and run those and really turn. So looking forward to that challenge at Archbold. We're going to get out of school a little bit early, very similar to the Mount Healthy distance-wise, and go up there and play. Hopefully the weather is decent, so that's not a factor in the ball game. A couple other things here to talk about. All league voting is tomorrow, so we'll see. With Marion and Anna and Minster and us being those top 4 teams, typically the top 4 or top 2 or 3 have the most guys on all leagues. So we'll see how that pans out after tomorrow. Another feather in our cap, I guess. This is the 23rd consecutive year that we've been in the playoffs. That is a state record. We're proud of that, and there's expectations each year. Let's make the playoffs. That's always a goal, and so for these last 23 years, that's happened, and so we feel good about that. Even though we lost last week, we made the playoffs, and we're frustrated, but we're going to turn the page and look at this second season and try to make a 5-game run in these playoffs. I believe we're still, and I would have to do some checking, but I believe we're still since the year 2000, have the most victories of any team in the state after this season. So I feel good about that. All of our players that have played in all those years should feel good about that. The coaches should feel good. The players should feel good that they're in a program that it continues to win several ball games a year. So good positive things there. I guess shout outs to some of our guys that are still sick. Scott Dippold and Kyle Arns, his dad is a bus driver for us who does lots of work. Certainly Shane is improving. Shane Homan, our Shane Homan, is improving and is making some progress still with some movement and trying to walk and things like that. Gig Greasip, arguably one of the best players to ever come out of Coldwater, just had open heart surgery on Monday. Haven't talked to Ronnie since the operation, but the way it sounded, just briefly what I saw, that things went well in the surgery, and hopefully he will recover well. So prayers and thoughts out for those guys. Anyone else who's having Blake Dippold. We just found out today tore his ACL in the game the other night. So that's unfortunate for him, as he had an excellent year kicking for us, 2-year all-league player, and played nose guard for us this year and tore his ACL. So he'll be out for the rest of the season, and hopefully we can keep his spirits up. And so I guess we all have somebody who's struggling, and so prayers out to all those people that are hurting and struggling, and hopefully those relationships they have can keep them moving forward. So looking forward to the challenge. Archbold, 7 o'clock Friday night.